Now let's start with a little bit of practice shading. Now we want to make these flat objects on this paper look three-dimensional with shading. And this is our light source here. So we're pretending that the light is hitting this way. Okay, so the faces of our forms here will be the lightest. Okay, so this pyramid here, basically going to use about two values. I'm going to make this the side that is a shadow, and it's just filling it in with my pencil. If you would like, you can leave this white, or you can do a light gray. Like so. It takes a little bit of practice to get your pencil smooth. Even I'm not the best at it. Now this one's a little bit trickier because it's a cone and it's rounded. It doesn't have the flat faces like our pyramid. But same thing applies. This is going to be our lightest side or lightest area because we're pretending the sunlight is sitting on or lamp is sitting on this side. I'm just going to make this my shadow. And our goal for this is to try to create at least 3 values. So we want to highlight a mid-tone or a medium green and a shadow. This looks a little harsh, so I'm going to kind of blend it in a little bit. And then if I wanted to, I could take my eraser and just erase a little bit of a highlight there. Ta-da! Now it looks more 3D. Okay, sphere is one of my favorites because I'm just going to start by filling the whole thing in. And then I'm going to add my shadow. I'm going to try to make it as dark as I can with my pencil. And sometimes I move my pencil in circular motions like this to kind of blend it together. And then I might take my eraser and erase, and there's my highlight. Okay, a cube. This would be where the light's shining down. So we're going to make this face of the cube like a middle or mid-tone. I'm going to leave the top part white. And this side here is getting the least light. So I'm going to make it dark. Okay. Cylinders, really similar to the cone. So I'm going to make my shadow here. And then my mid-tone. And leave a little bit of a highlight on the edge here. If you put a little bit too much pencil, you can always take your eraser and erase, and that's called subtractive drawing when you use your eraser to add a highlight. And it's up to you. Like sometimes I leave the top of the cylinder, depending on where the light source is, I leave it white, or I might go around the edge, just add a little bit of a shadow. This one I want you to practice making a value scale. So try to match these values that I have below it. It's going to be a little bit harder. You're not going to match it perfectly because this is a printout. But the point is we go from dark to light. And if you want to get really extra, you can add your cast shadows to make your objects here look really three-dimensional, make them look like they are sitting on the paper. This one's a little tricky. What I would do is add like a little block shadow here. Doesn't have to be perfect. And that's pretty much it. All right, enjoy and have fun.